So good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on the time you are watching this. So today we'll be taking how to get your font into PixelLab. So if you are someone like me, you'll have seen some designs and you'll be wondering, wow, what kind of font did they use for this kind of design? And you'll be wondering, how can I also get this kind of font as well? So you don't need to worry anymore because you'll be knowing how to do it today. As you know, PixelLab has its own default font. But with this default font, there's limit to what you can do. There are limits to what you can do. So I'll be teaching you how to bring in new fonts. So for the purpose of this video, I deleted all my custom fonts so that I can teach you how to bring in new one. So what we'll be covering now is where to get the fonts for free, how to extract and install the fonts, and tips on which font to use for different kinds of designs. So let's jump into it straight away. So where we'll be getting our fonts is, although there are different kind of platforms where you can get your font, but what we'll be using today is the font. So you go to your search engine or um any search engine you know. So just type in the font. So just search for it. Then your search result to bring it. Although there are other platforms as well. So you have FontSpace, you have there are different kind of platforms. Just search for it. You have the font free. So let's just go to dafont.com, the first one. So on this first one, you can see the different categories that are available. You can see fancy, cartoon, if you want to design something for a cartoonish something. Then you have foreign look, we have techno, we have gothic, we have basic. So as you know, there are different kind of families of fonts. We have the serif, we have the sans-serif, we have the calligraphy, we have the handwriting, and so on and so forth. So on dafont.com we have millions of fonts. Let's say millions of fonts. So there are different kind of fonts you can get on that font. So just go to themes. As you can see, there's themes. So let's go over to themes. And on this themes, you can see different category. So, and maybe in subsequent videos, I'll make videos on how you can know the type of font that was used in a particular design. How you can know the type of font that was used so that you can know what you can search for. Because on that font, you can search for a particular type of font. So let's look at the categories first before we look at the search bar function. So let's check the sans-serif. So on sans-serif, you can see the Helvetica is the first one. Then you have the lemon milk, you have the Beber's name, you have long fonts. I mean fonts that are long, that has height. So let's download this Helvetica. Although I already have some of them downloaded, or most of them downloaded, so I will not be downloading a lot of them now since I already have them. So Nexa2 is a very good font. So Creator Display is a very good font as well, so you can download it. So just download as many as you want. This Stretch is a good one. So just download anything you want. Nobody is going to charge you for it. So you can also search for any fonts you want. For example, let's say baby blue. According to my new teacher, baby blue is a very good font as well. So let's search for baby blues. So baby blue is a long font. So see this last one. So you can also download. So you can explore different other categories. Just come to themes and go to any category you like, and you can see different kind of and handwritten font type. So that's all about the category of how to download the font. So now let's go over to how to um, extract and install this font. Any fonts you download from that font or any font platform is always in a zip file format. So how do we unzip it and install it? So you go to your file manager to see your recent downloads or whatever folder you used to download whatever you download online. So as you can see, for me, I have the fonts here. And see they're in zip format. They're in zip, they're in zip format. So now what we have to do is you can move all of them to a particular folder so that you can have them organized. So you move them to a particular folder to organize them. So for me, I already have a folder that is named font. So let me just scroll over to the folder. So I'll move them into this folder so that I can have everything organized. So it's because I already have them, that's why it's showing that. So then I'll head over to the folder that I moved them into, which is fonts. So in your case, it might be any other folders. Just head over to the folder that you moved all the fonts you downloaded. So as you can see, I have a number of fonts downloaded already. Some are in zip format. While these ones that are in folder format, I have unzipped them. So I will show you how to unzip the fonts now. So just follow me carefully. So you go to your zip font, the font you downloaded, the raw one. So let's take for example unzipping this Billion Dream. So just click on it and it will show you extract here. So you extract it and it will extract. Because I already have it, that's why it's showing that. But if you don't have it, it will extract. And after extracting, it will give you something like this. It will look like a folder. But if you open the folder normally, it will just show you these things. Just 1 KB, something like question mark .ttf. So these are the raw files, but you don't need anything to do with it in your file manager. We'll be importing this ttf in PixelLab when we get there. So if your file manager is unable to unzip it, because phones are different. So if your file manager is unable to unzip it, you can install RAR or zip or unzipper. So it's when you get to Play Store, you can just search for unzip file, UNZIP file. There's ZArchiver or something like that. So those are apps that can unzip these fonts for you if your phone is unable to unzip it naturally. So okay, so let's head over to PixelLab where we can install the fonts. So here we are. So once you install the font, just add a new text. Make sure your cursor is on a text. So just write anything. Let's say our new font. So then you head over to the features of the font, of the text rather. So you can see edit. Just scroll over to where you get to fonts. So click on the font. Then you can see the fonts. There are 3 tabs. There's fonts, there's my font, there's recent. So click on my font. Then after clicking on my font, you get I don't know why it's not showing very well here, but there's this first one. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry, it wasn't working earlier, so I think it's because of the cache that my PixelLab had stored. So I had to uninstall PixelLab, then I reinstalled it. So in the process, I tried installing a font and it worked. So I'll be showing you how to install it, because I deleted all the fonts on my PixelLab, so it stored some cache, so it wasn't installing. So I had to delete. I uninstalled the PixelLab app and I reinstalled it again. So here was how I imported this beside horizon, and now you can import any font of your choice. So if you haven't imported any fonts before, it will probably be blank. So how you can just go about it is, you see this T, this first T at the top right, this T. So just click on it. So after clicking on it, navigate to wherever you have your font extracted into, the extracted font. So for me now, I have it inside my phone, then the fonts folder. So in the fonts folder, these are the list of the extracted fonts, as I said earlier. So let's start by importing ZArchiver expanded. So just click on the ones that are clickable, you see, is inside. So then you do it again for other fonts. So go back to font, then look for another font. Let's take the Vaseline. You see this one, it has different types because it's a family, right? So in the family there are different ones. There can be maybe italicized one, there can be bold one, there can be regular ones. So just click on the ones that are clickable. You see some are not clickable. Just click on the ones that are clickable and everything, and select. So you see everything is inside. So the next one, click on it again, repeat the same process, and it will work. So let's take William Black Sword. See, it's inside. Then again, let's go again. So you can bring in any font as long as you have it extracted. Let's take realistic nature. So it's in. Then you can bring in as many fonts as possible. Let's take the Billions Dream. See, it's inside. This one Logsly. Okay, let's take in Logsly. I think Logsly did not extract it very well. It's not coming in. So let's check another one. Creator display. See, it has a lot of families. It has a lot of family rather. So just select everything that is clickable. Just click everything and bring everything in. So yeah, we have everything. So then can import as many as possible, anyone you like. Just keep bringing them in. There's Barella. Barella has 2. That could be 2. Yeah. Then can bring in as many as possible. Vertical, let's bring in vertical. Vertical has a family as well. So you bring it in. So that's that about that. So let me bring in one more. Give me a second. Let's bring in reproduction. Reproduction also has a family. So you click every member of the family and bring them in. So you see how easy it is to bring in new fonts. So that's that about that. So any font you want to use, you just go to my font and you can just click on it, and here we have it. This production looks like Logsly. Here we have, sorry, let me just add the gradients. You see now, these are, you can import any font and use it for the design. So let me just copy this and give you another one. Just head over to my font beside the reason. See, new fonts that you can use. I'm changing my font. So that's that about that. So I hope you were able to get something. So thank you very much for watching and staying up to the end. And I hope this will help you in getting new fonts into your designs. Whether you're just practicing or you have a project in front of you that you need to execute. So it's all fine. So thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead of you.